I've been involved with the marijuana group down here, coalition, and one of my buddies that was in the co-op that was running the co-op, man, they actually shot at him, and I mean, just they're going after him. They every time he gets a cell phone, they attack it. They attack anything he does electronically, and he started coming over here, and now I've been being attacked on my computer. My computer, I get off, it knocks me off the web at about. It's been going at about 4 o'clock in the morning for I don't know how long. It just stays off, and they say, "Oh, it's the modem's going bad." Well, at the same time, every day that's bullshit. So I put in a lot.
Let me give you. There's a new one. Before, when I was being attacked, I was using that CC cleaner.
Huh?
But now, somebody gave me. It's called 360 Amigo.
Right.
Do that one. I really like their registry cleaner, the junk file cleaner, privacy cleaner, and it defragments. But I was going really slow. They've been attacking me, the DNS poisoning all the time.
Well, here's what I did.
And 360 Amigo seems to be the best.
I'm going to unplug my microphone here. There? Hello?
Yeah, Mike, part of what they're doing is they're downloading when you stay on the net. So I tell people, unplug your cable, literally. Because what I found out is that they're downloading everything on your computer.
Right. Well, here's what I did. I went in.
Now, I would like to.
Here's what I did. Listen to this. I went in yesterday and I set this up on my system because who's usually awake at 3 or 4 in the morning? Not many people. Well, I set this up, and here's what woke me up this morning. Here's what I set. You're gonna love this. Listen to this. Let me turn this up so you can hear it. This is what went off this morning here at my house. Coming. Give it a second. Coming.
Oh God.
Is that great?
That's sad.
Now,
that's sad.
When my system went down, when it took me off the web, that immediately went off, letting me know I was taken off the web. And I wasn't off the web for more than 30 seconds, and I was back on.
Right.
Typically, it's been taking me off and leaving me off, for an hour or two. But as soon as that went off, I was back on.
Good.
So somebody's listening, I think.
Yeah.
So
who cares anymore?
You think?
Yeah.
So and my buddy down here, he's gone after. Let me put my headsets back on so it's easier here. They've gone after him. It's incredible how badly that they've gone after him. When he went to the fair last year in October, he went in. He just had a big check cashed. He had like $5,000 on him. And he goes to the fair with his 2 kids. And the kids wanted a hot dog, so he went over. They went someplace. He was getting them a couple of hot dogs, and he whips out a $100 bill out of his roll he had. And the gal takes it and goes to the back, and she comes back out, and she comes out screaming, "It's counterfeit, counterfeit!" And why would you create a scene like that? So then she disappears. So the other lady sitting there says, "I don't suppose you still want those hot dogs, do you?" And she says, "Yeah, I do. It's for my kids." So he rolls out another 20, gives to her, and gives it. And he takes it over and gives it to his kids. He has a tap on his shoulder. And a couple of cops are standing there. He says, "What are you running for?" And he says, "Running? I'm not running anywhere. I'm giving my kids some hot dogs." So they took him over into the police facility where there's about 15 of these goddamn cops. They got all his money. They spread it all on the tables. And this is all counterfeit, they say. But then as they check it, he can hear them. There's none of his counterfeit. So they tell him, he says, "Well, they say, well, we want you to leave." And he says, "Well, I want my money." He says, "No, you can't have it." And they says, "Well, So they wrote him a receipt. He said, "I want every one of your business cards. I'm not leaving until I have every business card." And one cop pulls a card out of his pocket a little bit, and he pushes it back down. He says, "You're not getting one." And they hand wrote him on a torn piece of paper a receipt for his $5,000. He says, "Now what you're going to do is you're going to walk down that path right there, and we have cameras all the way down. You're going to go get your truck, and you're going to leave. That's what's going to happen." And this is what they did. I mean, it's incredible. And every time he gets a cell phone, one of his smartphones, it's attacked almost immediately. I've watched it come up on his cell phone. He's got those new Androids. He's got some neat technology. Incredible what they're hitting him. And now that he's coming around here, guess who's getting attacked now? So the Fresno City Police Department, they pulled him over. He was over at a Denny's parking lot downtown, and of course a hooker walks up to him, and he says, "I'm not interested. Get out of here. Leave me alone." He went in, ate, came back out. She hits him up again. As he's leaving, the cops pull him over, and they want to arrest him. They're going to arrest him, they say, for soliciting. They watched it. He says, "Bullshit, I didn't do anything." They said, "Well, if you give us $500 cash right now towards marriage, we'll let you go." And he says, "Bullshit." He says, "Take me to court." So they wrote him up, and his attorney that he got told him straight up,
you're not going to win this. There's 5 of them. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. This is done every day here in Fresno. They're shaking people down here in Fresno, left, right, and center.
Right. They're getting scared. And that's what Obama just did the NDAA for. That's a national defense. That has nothing to do with public defense.
Huh.
They're so scared right now. Look at how scared they are. What did they just fund? This is against us, so they funded that. Why do they need that funding? They're still shitless.
Why are they so
They
afraid?
know what's coming down.
They know that we're unraveling this puzzle they
Absolutely,
created?
because we're compelling public law. Under the Constitution, the Fourth Amendment, or the Article 4 of the Constitution, the Commerce Clause, they're allowed to do anything they want within private acts and commercial acts, right? Acts of commerce. The restrictive principle of sovereign immunity only adheres to public acts. Anything under UCC that they're doing, they don't have immunity for. It's criminal coercion.
Interesting.
We're using their own law against them. Now, if you read the larcenies by trick, whatever else, I got them for treason for injuring Phil too, because they injured the person of Phil, the entity created by being a franchise of the United States Incorporated. When they injured him and put him into law, that means put into law, injure. When they injure him, they're injuring the United States. That's treason and sedition.
I'll tell you, they're kicking the shit out of it. Electronically, we're staying one step ahead of them, but it's tough. It's tough. I mean,
it is, but you have to stand your ground and realize that you're the king.
Yep.
All of this started when they separated the spiritual and the temporal. It wasn't just an ordinance. They started fucking the kids. The priests were fucking the children back then, and then on top of that, here they are, they're circumcising you at birth.
Right.
What does that do to you? It teaches you that there's some other authority over you, ripping the head of your penis off. Here they're subjugating you. That's where your soul is removed from your body. You're taught that you have another owner. And then when a priest or a judge or an attorney preys on you in pedophilia, they're teaching you that you're subjugated to them. You have to get out of that. 1 in 4 males are sexually abused by the time they're 16. 1 in 6 females are sexually abused by the time they're 16. It isn't us sexually abusing our own children. This is attorneys, judges, priests. It's all to hold you down and subjugate you and teach you that there's something wrong with you. You have to forgive yourself. That's what Jesus was teaching about forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. You've never done anything wrong. You only walk in truth. You have to come back and be God. They took God's ability away by abusing it out of it. They fucked it out of you. They ripped the head of your penis off at the first inception. That was the distinction between a king and a peon. It wasn't just the digital aspects of that. It was the pain aspect. Here they are, and they're still doing it to this day. This teaches you that you're subjugated to somebody.
Okay.
Now you have to forgive yourself and get out of that. You're not subjugated. You're the king. You're God. You have to get into that mindset in order to stand against them and keep going, because they throw all sorts of shit at you, but it's funny now. Here, if you read that attorney's letter, that was the funniest letter I've ever seen. Here he is claiming statute. I can do that, and he's throwing a fit. I can do that under your statute. And then he asks for another $25,000 bond. That is criminal coercion. And we just charged him for that. We charged him for larceny by extortion, aggravated larceny. And here he comes back in and he does it again, and he implicates the whole entire court doing that. Do you think he's going to survive this? No. Why? Because he admitted to the larceny. He said that happened, but it wasn't me, it was my client. The minute he admitted to that, do you think that judge is going to let him live? And because he turned on his client, is he ever going to work again? They do it to themselves.
Well, I think you'll like Charles. He's like all of us. I mean, he's broke. He's so broke he has to beg for money just to get by every month. He's really a good guy. So I give him all my respect. He's been helping us up for her.
That's another part of the subjugation, because they've taught you, the male, that you have to provide, you have to protect, you have to have a job, whatever else, and then they blackball you from finding employment.
Yep.
They tell you and they teach you every day that you're bad. Why are you bad? There's nothing wrong with you. Your physics are, before they tell you exist, before you're legally sanctioned to be, you already are. Get out of that mindset.
Well, like I say, I've got this recorded. You guys want me to send you a copy of it?
Sure. Yes, please.
I'll Skype you copies of it here.
One thing, if you don't mind, before we go, Tammy, go into just a tiny bit more why we have to go to the bishop, break it down just a little